If you aren't living by all 8 of these tips when you're buying your first car, you're getting ripped off, and probably quite significantly. How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple, and today we are filling in the financial gap between schools and the real world. And today we're talking about buying your first car and the top 8 mistakes that I see young people making when they are actually buying their first car. So today we're just gonna run through the 8 biggest mistakes that I see and how you can avoid them. And before we go on, I'm gonna mention that I do have a free course on investing your first $100 as a college student, so be sure to check that out in the description below. So mistake number 1 that I see college students making when they're buying their first car is referring to the sticker price and not the out the door price. So when you refer to the sticker price, you're actually neglecting a lot of costs and fees that actually go into buying your first car. These may include dealership fees or any other type of fees that are charged depending on where you're buying this vehicle, what state you live in, and a host of other factors. So when you only refer to the sticker price, you're neglecting all of these fees and you're not looking at the whole picture. So when you're negotiating at a dealership, be sure to refer to the out of door price or taxes, tags, and out the door price. Mistake number 2 is falling for the add-ons that the car salesman tries to sell you. So right as you're about to make the purchase of your first vehicle and talk with either the financial manager of the car dealership or the final sales associate, they might try and add a whole host of add-ons to your vehicle. Now, I just want to mention a couple of the most common ones that people fall for and how they're not actually required for you to purchase when you're getting your vehicle. So the first one that people commonly fall for is gap insurance. So gap insurance is not required by any insurance company. No matter what the car salesman tries to tell you, it is not legally required, and you will not be penalized by a government, by your insurance agent. There is no penalty for not getting gap insurance, and if it's not something that you want, there is no reason for you to purchase it. The second thing that is not required is an alarm system or an alarm plan. So many car dealerships will try to upsell you on an alarm system for your vehicle or a security plan or something along those lines, but in reality that's not required by, again, any government or insurance agency, so be sure to only purchase that if that is something that you actually want. The next add-on is warranty coverage or an extended warranty. So some cars already come with a warranty. In fact, if you're buying a new car, there's a very good chance that it does come with a warranty of some type. If it's a used car, you're definitely going to want to inquire whether or not that comes with a warranty already. So a trick that car salesmen commonly apply is to give you 3 options. For example, they'll give you a $50 a month warranty option, a $30 a month warranty option, or a $20 a month warranty option. Now, you think the smart choice is to go with the $20 a month option because it's cheaper and it's the cheapest option that they've given you. But the real trick here is to go for the $0 a month option, which they do not mention. But if you inquire, they will be able to give you no warranty if you do not want the coverage at all, if the vehicle already comes with warranty coverage and what you'd be buying would be overlapping, or if you just don't want the coverage at all, you can always ask for the $0 a month option and just opt for no additional warranty coverage from the dealership on your vehicle. Now, with all of these charges and any other potential charges that they may try to sell you on, you need to make sure that you understand what you're paying for. So as you're going through the final documents, make sure that every charge makes sense. Make sure you understand what you're paying for. And if you need to, just go through and on each charge, just say, what does this mean? What am I paying $150 for? What am I paying $20 a month for? What am I paying all of these different things for? So that you're fully aware of what you're paying for and you're not paying for anything you don't actually need. Mistake number 3 is not taking their time. So I see a lot of my peers rush into making decisions on buying a vehicle, and that is exactly what the dealerships are looking to do. As soon as you step in that door, they want to make a sale and they want to make sure you walk out with a new pair of keys. So make sure that you're taking your time because most bad decisions are made when you are under pressure. Mistake number 4 is not going to different dealerships. and not just different dealerships, but different dealerships in different areas. So if you go to different dealerships, you're going to be able to see a whole host of different options, of different styles of selling vehicles, different styles of vehicles, all of this different variety if you go to different dealerships. But the key with going to dealerships in different areas is that many of the dealerships in one area, in one city, in one town, can actually be owned by the same person, by the same company, and they might all be operating under the same set of guidelines. Their salespeople might be all trained in the same way. So it can be good to sort of get out of one system of dealerships and sort of see a different side of things. So it can be really good to go maybe to the town over and see what the dealerships are like over there. If you're just going to dealerships in your city, they might all be owned by the same person, and they might all be using the same tricks to try to upsell you on a ton of stuff that you really don't need. Additionally, when it comes to going to different dealerships, some really good options can be either going to no haggle dealerships, where they just have one flat price that you're going to pay and there's no negotiating, there's none of that. They just have the price is what you pay, and then you're just good to go. Or an option that I particularly like is looking into going to either a Hertz dealership or any other type of rental car dealership, because what they do is once their rental cars get to a certain age, a certain mileage, they're no longer able to use them as rental cars, and you're able to buy them at a very steep discount because they just sort of have to unload these vehicles that they're no longer able to use. And that's where you come in and you get a really good deal from one of these car rental companies that is now offering these cars at a steep discount. Number 5 is buying a new vehicle. So it is almost never the right decision to make to buy a new vehicle when you are honestly under the age of 30. So I'm gonna throw up a quick depreciation table for new vehicles just so you can get an idea of what this actually looks like. So we're gonna say you're buying a $20,000 new car, all right? So maybe you're getting the new, I don't know, Ford Focus, maybe that's around $20,000, who knows? But let's look at this table, and after the first minute, so the minute you drive this car off the lot, it is now worth 89% of what you bought for it. So 11% of that value is out the window, and you just lost $2,200 the minute you bought that car. Now, 2 years later, we fast forward 2 years, and the car is now only worth 69% of what you paid for it. So you've lost almost a third of the value of this car in only 2 years. Now we fast forward 2 more years. It's been 4 years since you bought this vehicle. It's now worth less than half of what you bought it. It's now only worth 49% of what you paid. You've lost over $10,000 in this vehicle, not even including gas, repairs, maintenance, insurance, parking, or the multitude of other expenses that go along with owning a vehicle. Used cars, on the other hand, depreciate much more slowly, and if you buy a beater car, you can probably sell it for about the same price you paid because it has already done pretty much all of its depreciating. Mistake number 6 is not doing your research. So this is a big purchase. This is probably going to be the most significant purchase you have made in your entire life. This is so much more significant than your $200 pair of headphones or your $1,200 MacBook Pro. Like, this is a big, big deal. I mean, other than going to college, this is probably the biggest purchase you'll make under the age of 30. So this is something you have to take a lot of time in considering what the right choice is for you. And a really good way to do this is to get the Carfax on your vehicle. So essentially, the Carfax of your vehicle is a history of your car, how it is held up over time, what it might be due for maintenance-wise or repair-wise, and just an overall picture of what your car looks like. So it's really, really valuable to have this information because this is a huge, huge purchase, and one repair that you weren't accounting for could be thousands of dollars in expense that you were not expecting and that you might not have the budget for. Number 7 is not looking at comparable vehicles. And what I mean by comparable vehicles is looking at what vehicles of the same make and model have sold for recently. Now this can give you a really good picture of what your vehicle is worth. Say you're looking to buy a 2012 Ford Fiesta, and you know that's what you want, and you really don't have a good idea, you don't have a good benchmark of how much that vehicle is actually worth to begin with. Well, a really good place to start is a website called Kelley Blue Book. And this is basically just a great resource for giving you what comparable vehicles, so again, what a 2012 Ford Fiesta has sold for recently, so that you can go in to the dealership and right off the bat, you can see, all right, does this car line up with the benchmark that I saw online? And do I think that this is a good price, a fair price? So having that benchmark before you go to the dealership, as long as you know what vehicle you're looking at, can be a really good option for you to just, again, have that idea of what you should be paying before you go in and start getting negotiated at like crazy by a car salesman. And the number 8 mistake among young people buying your first vehicle is forgetting that you always have the power to get up and leave if you don't feel good about a deal. So if you feel like you're being pressured, if you feel like you're just getting bad vibes from the dealership, from the car salesman, from anybody, you always have the power to leave. It is never too late, and you should never feel pressured to make a decision that you're not comfortable with because you feel maybe awkward about leaving or you feel like it would offend somebody. It's never worth it to make a $20,000 purchase because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. Like, remember that you are in control of the situation and you always have the freedom to stand up and say, no, I don't feel comfortable, I'm not gonna buy this, and just walk out and go somewhere else. So those were my top 8 tips when it comes to buying your first vehicle. And really what it comes down to is just be smart when you're buying a car. Follow these tips, these guidelines, and don't feel pressured to say yes or commit to anything without taking some time to fully weigh your options and weigh whether this is a decision that you really want to be making and money that you really want to be spending. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. If you made it all the way till the end and you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please feel free to do so down below, and be sure to click on that bell icon to be notified anytime I put out a future upload. Anyways, guys, my name is Crider. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and until next time. Wait, I did not mean to clap yet. I was supposed to mention our sponsors in this video. Let me check. Oh wait, it's me. Well, in that case, if you are a college student or otherwise financially strapped individual looking to invest, I put together a completely free course. Link for that will be found in the description below. It's called $100 and a Smartphone, and it's going to walk you through the process of putting your first $100 to work from the comfort of your smartphone. Included in this course is a free 30-minute Skype call with yours truly. So if you want to talk through any personal finance related topics that relate to you personally, some one-on-one stuff, if you're interested all in that, be sure to sign up for one of those. And yeah, if you're interested in more details, the link will be in the description below, and it is 100% free.